I really have nothing against the mentally tortured girl who's being used against her will.
Yeah, I don't hate her. I know she's a victim. But this needs to be stopped. This weapon is... Oh, okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny. We got a Big Zam running around. Well, I guess technically it's like 10 times the size of Big Zam.
It's a big Gundam, basically.
Well, it's a mobile armor, actually.
No, but it does have the... No, it is...
No, because it got the same shield system thing as the last mobile armor that we encountered.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I guess, a copy of the previous mobile armor to that. So technically, I think this is only the second mobile armor.
Mm-hmm. Either way, it's murdering a bunch of people.
Is that murder?
What do you mean, is that murder?
Is it murder? I mean, I don't know. Might be a colloquialism towards definitions of terms. I mean, this is more like a massacre of people, or...
I think you can nest that definition. In a massacre, you have murders. A massacre is a lot of murders.
I think a murder, it has to be a personal, or more personal level, because you then become like a... Sorry, it's like... God, sorry, it's not coming to my head here what I'm trying to deliver here. The unexpected nature of how few people becomes you need to kill become a serial killer involves a series of individual murders.
Yeah.
Versus a large scale killing has its own term.
It's a massacre. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not defining this as a massacre. It's like the first word that came to my head. It's just, if like you're doing a Jonestown, that has its own word. You don't say I murdered. Well, I guess you could say I murdered a bunch of people. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the set of terms. It doesn't feel like murder is the right term here. Because also, this is a war crime.
Yes.
And it feels like you would use a different word in a war crime.
I think massacre is the word you go, yeah.
Again, I'm not defending my choice of word there to begin with. I'm just saying it feels like murder is too low, too small. And like if I fire a gun that's so powerful, I kill like all of my neighbors like 10 houses down. I don't feel like I murdered those people is like strong enough. I was like, I fucking destroyed them. Like something more powerful needs to be my term of use.
Yeah.
If I wasn't like recording here, I would like thesaurus this to try and figure out.
There's a difference between fuck that guy in particular and fuck y'all.
Yeah, it's like when Superman sneezes and he takes out a continent. We're like, we don't want to say Superman sneezed. It's not, doesn't have the gravitas to say what just fucking happened, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. Let's go ahead and get into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Wow, Berlin.
Like I said, they must have 3 of them. Wouldn't be Gundam if you had a kid walking by screaming mommy. Yeah, it has to be 3 of them, even though this is very confusing and depicting it as though Stella was here. Because we know that they launched this thing from the Russian steppes. I don't know why she had action lines around her. We know this thing is not moving pretty hard.
Yeah. Oh, can't get more cartoonish like that.
Yeah, he's one note, so I said. That's a weird definition. Fuck, man. Which is like, oh, that's alright. It'll be all over. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we actually seen the shield pop up on the sides. It's also it's an especially weird attitude if that is Mu.
Yeah.
Ah, them again. I sacrificed my life for them once.
Wow. He cut down those beams.
Also the element that she goes like, ah, you, and then the thing doesn't move at all.
It is a Gundam.
Technically, we did see the overlay of Gurundal and Jibril's thing that this is what it looked like. Got a giant turtle shell, which I guess means the shield is behind it now.
Hmm?
So you can't shoot it in the back, which means you can attack all in the front.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we went down a listing because we both individually wrote down all the weapons that it had.
Yeah.
The 1400 millimeter
mega
cannons.
Particles, yeah. I don't know how this is not going to end in another way that this gets destroyed and Stella dies. Either Stella commits suicide if she realizes what she's doing, or they get to destroy. Somebody has to destroy it.
That's 8th MS team.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they both got out of that. And the fact is that it seems to me,
but it was their brother. Their brother was the one.
It seems to me that time after time, Gundam is just repeating itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, again, there's elements of this as Gundam 00, and Gundam 00 comes out after this, so...
Mm-hmm.
So clearly they're just reusing elements, and of course the facet of this is just a copy of Gundam itself.
There it is. That's a destroy. It's like, oh, that looks huge. It is because it is a destroy.
Well, it's not to the actual scale, though. Because that thing's head was that thing's head was in that shot was as big as a couple of Gundams standing on top of each other. That's not how big it seems to be in the shots that we see it in. Also, I would say it's floating. Now it's not. Unless both arms have the shield devices on them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're nothing.
Sorry, the uselessness of having Neo's face just don't go, eh. Really, I'd say take the Archangel out of here. You're about to get destroyed. You don't have the shield system. No. But this thing's got city-level weapons. Oh no, like that thing we saw with the Minerva before.
These guys are all gonna die. Oh, yeah, we introduced them. They survived the last fight. They're all dead now.
Well, for one thing, they don't have names. So,
yeah,
not helpful for their sakes. Okay, rocket fists, why not? Also, each fist has to be larger than the Gundams. Hey, we're reusing that animation we have with the plants. Huh. Kind of weird if you look at it, how the zaft military station looks like a giant cannon.
Yeah.
何の勧告もないままこのような
無差別に町ごと焼き払うとは正気か奴らは都市中流軍はそのほとんどが壊滅状態です。議長、ここは一時撤退を。だが下がってどうする。下がれば解決するのかね。
The same argument Asriel had in the season 1. Oh, they're just having fun. In Sweden, I guess? Also funny that Stella got brought back from like the brink of death in like a couple of minutes. Lunamaria still all casted up.
I mean, the reason why she was dying wasn't because she was wounded. It was because
she was
body was breaking down.
Yeah, at a genetic level, which is like a lot more damaging, I think, than breaking a bone. Also very much feels like Durandal's about to pull a Patrick Zala. Super weapon-wise, I mean, not like genocide-wise. I mean, really, try and shoot it from other directions. Heard that before. I mean, that's one of the dueling things from Witch from Mercury. But I think I also heard that in Gundam 00. Again, city-sized weaponry, and you're just gonna fly ships into it.
Can they overload the shields, I guess?
Well, they've only attacked it from the front. It might not have shields in the back.
Trying to stop a genocide?
I mean, not everywhere.
No.
So is this where Shin's gonna go crazy and attack Kira for the first time? I know, because the idea would be, why would he? But
yeah.
Yeah. That would be why. Very angry for no reason.
戦力が苦しいのは承知しているけど、本艦は何としてもあれを止めなければなりません。司令部はあなたに期待してるわ。お願いね。
Shin. He's got orders. Go. This isn't a hallway walk and talk scene. The super weapon is doing surprisingly little to the small little Gundams flying around it. cares not for the destruction he causes every time he shoots.
ステラもこれでまた戦わないとな。でないと怖いものが来て私たちを殺す。ステラならできるだろう。怖いものはみんななくしてしまわなくちゃ。
Also, I feel like every launch scene is that argument against why don't they attack Sailor Moon while she's transforming.
Yeah.
You think back to every time a Gundam has pointed its gun at like the cockpit of a ship and then got its gun shot out of it. The impulse goes flying out, boom, shot right through the cockpit. Yeah, for one thing, we've never literally contacted each other before.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we did. In fact, during the opening, like 3 or 4 episodes. Can't do that again. For some reason. In case you forgot from the last time we flashbacked. In case the emotional release of watching Shin kill Tadaka wasn't enough for you, let's watch Shin possibly kill Stella. Alright, I guess there is a possibility that Stella could kill Shin.
That's the question you asked in the first episode.
I'm a promise breaker and a war criminal. How do you like that?
And so I tell you that.
Also heavily indicating that, yes, our communication systems are tied into one another.
But you set her on this path. He's not gonna
shoot her in the face? No, apparently
Yeah.
Kira will do that.
Well, it has to stop her somehow.
I don't know, could reach in with your giant ass fists and pick her up the same way you did Kigali when you kidnapped her. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of dagger throws since like the beginning of season 1. If it is Mu, okay, I'll say if he exploded twice and then came back a third time. I'm not gonna blame Shin here. What the fuck would you do? So she's also haunted by her memories of Shin saving her.
ボナバルト
Yeah.
なんだと
Also, if Rao looked just like Moo, would Ramius be confused by Rao showing
well.
up too?
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, but he had no like significant point of entry here,
Yeah.
or I mean, like character arc. Like
Mm-hmm.
they wiped his memory every time somebody died, so it's just like what?
やめるんだステラステラくそもうやめろやめろ
Yeah. Set it up so they fight each other. Yeah.
何も知らないくせにあれは
I mean, legit, Kira fought Atherin because Kigali was crying. So this is another one of those. Also, not for nothing, but this is obviously going to turn out just like him saving her from the water, where he got the shit beaten out of him
大丈夫だステラ
before he was able to save her. The flashback was a visual metaphor.
知らない君は俺が守るから
Oh, now Kira kills her?
I mean, feels like, but hope not.
Mm.
I really have nothing against the mentally tortured girl who's being used against her will.
Yeah, I don't hate her. I know she's a victim. But this needs to be stopped. This weapon is... Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, to stop it, you stop her, and if he can talk her down, then it's stopped.
Okay.
Gundam does this all the time.
Huh?
Did Gundam does
Okay,
this all?
apparently so.
What, you're that distracted
Yeah.
by it?
出ないと怖いものはみんなステラなら私たちを
You can do it, kill us all. The...
まずいノイマン
トリスタン少
I
女
mean, technically blame Kira for that. He's the one that did that to Neo, who then...
ステラ
I mean, he had to defeat him, though.
Did he?
やめるんだ
Yeah.
It's a Wyndham. He's like in a basic mobile suit. It's like...
He didn't kill him. He
He
just
literally
shot him
could have
down.
shot his gun out of his hand. We know Kira can do that, but no, he shot the wings off of his back. Well, another reason for Shin to hate this guy.
I mean, I know why Kira did it. It's understandable, but...
For my money, it's Kira going too far.
But what? Okay, how he was going to disable
Well,
this thing
hold
that
on
was
the
going to
questions until after the episode.
Yeah.
ステラステラどうしてこんな
Okay, I was more right than not about Stella not living very much longer. That's what I want from a loved one. Guilt tripped into the next life. Oh,
Oh, great.
double down, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ.
So not as bad as his sister thing. That was just like a little arm piece. At least this is all of Stella.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the revenge train now. Which is the problem, because that's the message of Seed. I'll say the flashback screen was better than this one.
Yeah.
So showing them back to back kind of lessened the impact of this one.
Mm-hmm.
How to defeat her? Literally, they already sliced the cockpit open, implying that any attack like that would do. So literally cut her out of the control section and just rip her out. Literally, also, we've seen Kira pick people up with the hands of a Gundam before, implying he's got that kind of pressure control. Got her.
Yeah.
I'm saying he went too far and caused her to die. Which is, by the way, the second time he's gone too far and caused a close person and Shin's life to die.
Oh, I don't know what the first one, but it is the second
His
one.
whole family.
You say that, but...
Yes, I have said that many times, in fact. Look, for you, it might not be a thing because you disagree with me, but for me, it's a thing. So,
Oh, well.
just count that as part of the argument when...
Yeah.
Because that's literally, but you're going to have to show me images to disagree. I mean, literally, you're going to have to come at me with, like, images. Like, you're going to do a Zapruder film to dissuade me from this argument.
守れなかったもの、それは約束、そして命。泣き疲れ、涙に曇る真の心は代償を求めてさまよう。語られる夢は一筋の光。
So I guess they got
する真実と
moved.
偽りの中で人々の知るものは次回機動戦士ガンダムシードデスティニー示される世界新たな敵を
Lacus is not happy about whatever Mir was saying.
Because she didn't go to the plants like she said she would. She went to the ship that she's been hiding. Because apparently she's been doubling down on a fight happening, that she hid the Archangel beneath her house, and then hit her other warship in an asteroid. You know, I'm so certain that another fight's about to happen. I'm not getting rid of any of my ships. Anyway, stupid as that is, I was thinking during the episode, you know, the whole Lacus goes to space thing is still happening. We're still operating in a timeline of events.
Mm.
The fact, again, she went back to the ship and she didn't go to the planets implies that maybe nothing has happened. That instead of things happening congruently with one another, we're just setting things to happen one after another. Yeah.
Wow.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess it's a way to tell a story.
Yeah.
No, I'm still 100% on Shin's side. I mean, he turns into kind of a dick the further on we go, but he's not to blame for this. He's a victim, same as everyone else. It's just he's a more well-skilled, outfitted victim than most of the other victims. Like, if you don't blame Kira for going off on his own in, like, Season 1, trying to stop fights and whatnot, or Kira in Season 2, then I don't think you can blame Shin for trying to protect somebody he cares about.
I mean, I don't blame him necessarily, but clearly...
Also, when I say you, I mean the royal you. I'm not like, you, Lessons, cannot blame Shin.
I think Neo was trying to manipulate him. Like, oh, don't attack her. You know, let her just destroy another city and kill a bunch of other people, millions of people, because you like her and you don't gonna do this. Like, fuck you, man.
I think it's a little column A, a little column B. I think Neo did care about Stella too. It's just he is beholden to the people he reports to, so he kind of has to. And also, what's the safer thing? What's the safest place for Stella to be? But actually, the super weapon that can't be hurt by like an entire army of people.
Yeah, but the promise was he was going to take it away from all of that.
No, I'm not regarding the promise. He's a fucking liar. He doesn't care.
It wasn't that safe because she ended up dead anyway. Because people are going to try their best.
That if he had to put her in combat, look, who died first, her or Sting? Right? So clearly, the super weapon was the safer thing. Look, who went down first? Sting, Neo, or her?
Neo went down first.
Yeah. So clearly, he wasn't even in the safest position. So I would argue she was the last to go down. She was the safest one.
Yeah.
She was behind super shields that took like ship
Well,
weapons.
Phantom Pain is dead now.
Well, no, Moo is
Literally.
obviously still alive. We've got
Yeah,
an
but
opening shot, literally, of Ramius pointing
He's
a
a
gun.
prisoner now. Well,
Gonna get
prisoner,
away,
or-
obviously. I think
Yeah.
the obvious, easiest person to manipulate here is going to be Ramius, who finds out that her ex-dead boyfriend is less
not dead.
ex and less dead.
Oh, still X, I suppose.
I don't know that. They didn't exactly leave on terms that, literally he sacrificed his life to save her. I have to think that you're probably still in that.
Yeah, but I think the relationship is still alive. It didn't survive with explosions. Like, oh, I thought you were dead. Oh, well, I think we're done.
I'd have to
you
think
can
that you'd have
restart
at least
the
an in.
relationship.
You'd have to have at least an in of, it turns out I'm actually alive, and yes, I did sacrifice my life to save you.
And also sided with a genocidal, mass murdering, enslaving government. But sure,
But hey, you're still not a coordinator, right?
Damn, yeah. Oof.
When it comes
Yeah, this
down
is
to it,
good.
at the end of the war, you're a natural. So,
Yeah, apparently so.
well, vis-a-vis our
So, yeah.
previous discussion about the only bad guys being extremist with
So they
only
probably
one
destroyed,
note.
No, it seemed that it was only just one, and they were destroying city after city after city very quickly.
It doesn't make
apparently.
any sense, though. Unless, again,
Yeah.
the fact is that they were in the Russian, was it Highland? Not Highland, it's Russian
Yes.
lowlands, flatlands, something. They were in
Yeah.
Russia somewhere. And then they were attacking a city that looked like it was right there in the same area. And then suddenly
Yeah.
we're in Berlin.
Yeah. And by that time, we were told that they destroyed 3 cities. So,
Yeah, but no, the city that they're attacking in the first, or the end of one episode, is the same city, it looks like, as they're attacking in the start of the next one, which is to say
Yeah.
Berlin. So, from the moment that this thing started walking, it had already destroyed 3 cities.
yeah. It's just.
Also, I don't know. I feel less impacted by this than, like, this giant space battle at the end of season 1.
True, the stakes were much higher there.
Well, yeah, but
It's-
I don't know. Well, obviously, the thing is, it's like the only thing that struck me here was you see the Zaft officer like comforting the little girl on the ground, and then boom, also dead. It's like because we don't often see the because that's typically the after effect. Like, oh no, Zaft force is
Yeah.
on the ground. They're
No,
comforting
that
sand
was
people.
a shot literally taken from Macross, episode 27. Remember when the Centrati were bombarding, and there's a soldier talking to a kid. Hey, how are you? Not a little girl. How are you? And he sees the blast, and he covers her, and it explodes. It was like it was basically that.
I do not remember it, but
Yeah,
that
when
was.
they're doing the bombardment.
Remember
yeah.
how many episodes of Macross we've watched since then? It's been
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, it's but it's there's that shot. If I can, I'm not gonna.
My
look for it
point
right
was
now,
that
so
it was
I'll look for it.
unexpected. That's not my point. Was that it was ripping
Yeah.
something off. My point was that it was unexpected. But other than that, it's that there's that element of you're killing too many people, right? At a certain point, it's like, oh no, you killed that one person that I cared about, or you've at least killed that one person I recognized from a previous shot of the show. This
Yeah.
is you're killing a bunch of people I've never seen on the show before, but I understand the concept of cities, so I understand this is a lot of people. But this is
Yeah.
also I've never been to Berlin, so I don't have a personal connection. Other
Well, here's
than
the
that,
thing. I don't-
small bit
I
of
don't-
education I did in learning German in high school.
I don't see how the Earth Federation survives this, though. Because if the tactic was we're going to intimidate people into joining us, the message is you're going to kill us no matter what, right?
That's what I was talking about at the end of last episode or the beginning of this one. I can't remember when I was saying it.
Yeah.
That their only action is fear. And you're one-note villains. I don't understand how do you go from the nuance of season 1 to this?
I think that's going to be the end for Kigali to go back to orbit. Go like, listen, these people kind of He
for
can't
what,
be inside any of these
18 episodes? We got a lot more to go. So this is either going to be a long, drawn-out thing, or we're going to go after each member of Lord Jibril's gang, because each one of them is rich. We get a whole episode of each one of them, like, going to Brazil, or I've colonized Mars so I can get away. You know, whatever. Each one of them is apparently so rich that they fund this Illuminati organization. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get what the point is. Why are you trying? I don't even know why they want to conquer the world. Because they're like, oh, we'll remake, after we're done, we don't have to ask for forgiveness because we'll have won, and then we just remake the world as we want. But unlike Durandal, who got a whole flashback episode with 5 extra seconds of content to let us know what his backstory was and what he wants to do, which we're still guessing at, by the way, because it turns out 5 actual seconds isn't enough to let you know what a person's motivation are. That guy doesn't let us know anything, other than the fact that apparently, I guess he really does believe the Blue Cosmos mantra. No idea what he's about, though. So that's what I'm saying, is I don't know what the goal is. Also, I don't know what his resources are, other than the fact that apparently he can tell everybody in the Earth Federation what to do. Like, does he pay them money? Is at some point he going to run out of money? Or is somebody be like, you know what? I can't handle the blowback of this. You can't pay me enough money. He is in control with no sense of authority from my perspective. I don't know where his authority derives. This is a previous note I think I had before. I don't know from where his authority derives to know how loyal people should be to him. At what point does the president say, no, you've gotten all my people killed. I'm not going to get elected next year if I keep following you. You've run out of money. You can't buy the election anymore. I am not doing this. Like, also, the concept of they run the military complex, but do they run the military complex, or do they just make money off of it? Because at some point, you're not supplying us with machines anymore because they all got destroyed. We're not going to fight anymore. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea what the connection is between anybody to have an investment in my knowledge of that connection. You know,
it's
like
a mess.
When Shin fights with Atherin, or has a tizzy, or whatever the fuck he's doing, eyeballing Atherin, I understand what their relationship is in an organization. I recognize that organization's relationship with other organizations. I recognize where Jibril is in the command tree of the organization. I recognize where he relates to every other member of the organization, so that when one of them does something, say, if Durandal pulls a Patrick Zala, I know who would stand against him, who would probably stand with him. All of those factors come into play. Jibril hasn't been in a room with anyone but his cat since episode 2. I don't know what's happening there.
And I keep saying he has to be in a place where he doesn't care about the destruction, because he wasn't worried about the thing landing on Earth. It's like, I don't worry. Nobody was worried. So I think he's either on the moon,
but
or
he's got a thing full of
Arctic.
trash outside in his woods. We saw that very confusing scene when the thing pans out, and he's got like a wrecked car and a typewriter and a couple of refrigerators. It's like, what does that represent? That he's actually been alone here the whole time? Like they sealed him in somewhere, and that was they killed the maid staff, and it's all them?
Yeah. Cloak space station or something? I don't know where the hell. In Mars? I don't know where the hell he's
there are
supposed to
cloaks. We've already handled the cloak technology gone out there, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. I need stability to make judgments about things. Well, actually, I don't. I make judgments about things no matter what, but I want to make informed judgments about things. Like, there's going to be some facet of the comment section. I'm not talking about you, Fenrir, if you're even listening to this part. I'm talking about the general YouTube comments and whatnot. We're like, I don't know how you could have missed this. Or the worst segment, which is the people that just fucking know from the future that act like everybody who hasn't watched all 50 episodes before rewatching the episodes for the first time would know that stuff. I don't know. There's no judgment I could make on Lord Jibril that has any informed opinion to be able to tell what the fuck is up.
He's just evil. That's it. He's an evil bastard. That's it. Yeah, that's it. He's an evil bastard.
Also, if you
that's
can
all
be
that-
blown out of a cockpit by an explosion in front of you, I have to think you can be picked up out of a cockpit.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis how Kira survived the explosion in season 1. Because I have to also believe that he was strapped in, right? Which means it melts through the straps to then blow him out of the cockpit. And then he survived a fall to the ground from, again, a height that I went through the math before during season 1 is dangerous to kill you if you just fall. And he would have had to been projected over all those trees and whatnot to where this guy lived. The Reverend Malchio, I believe his name was.
Mhm.
Regardless of the heat.
Yeah.
So I have to believe you could have just picked her up and saved her instead of, I don't know, stabbing the things. By the way, also, what were you preventing from happening?
I think for her to fire again.
Yeah, again, at what, though? She's been mostly firing straight up, as we've seen. But
But she's
also,
also attacking the city as well.
yeah, but here's the thing, though. Not for nothing. Those are nameless people in the background. That's my careless attitude towards it. Those are nameless people in the background and you're named characters. I have investment in you. I don't think I've even seen most of the people that died. So they just get blown up. But I don't know, maybe that is an argument. He's saving faceless people. But at the same time, I feel like how many shots have been fired in that fight alone that he didn't stop? How many people did he kill by shooting at her? All those shots that just deflected around her.
Anyway, it's a mess. This was a mess.
Well, I'm trying to indicate
Overall.
towards the fact that I feel Shin's revenge curve coming back again, and I'm all for it.
I don't know. I think that's kind of dumb.
Why?
It was
It's
too
the
forced.
one part of the story that makes sense. That he tried to save somebody that he wasn't able to save, and this asshole killed him. By the way, he's driving the mech that killed my family. All he has to do now is figure out who Kira is, and we got a fight coming.
Yeah.
And Atherin
We'll see what
knows who's
happens.
piloting that mech, so that's a fight that should happen. You know,
Oh,
get
he
back
did
to
say
the...
Kira out. He said his name out loud, Kira.
Yeah, but we don't know who's listening to whose channels. It seems like some people...
No,
aren't
literally, he said it when they were all together in the dining room, like Kira, and he was like, "What?
Yeah, that could just be a word.
You know who it is?
I don't know what that
You know
word
who
is.
it is.
I'm just saying that, yeah, they should get back to the Minerva. He should, like, throw Atherin against the wall, and there should be a fight. Like, tell me what you know. Who the fuck is that?
Anyway,
This isn't like Flay back in season 1. You weren't fighting your hardest because he's your friend.
I don't know. This is pretty messy, and not in a good way.
Well, I mean, the show, it took like a hard right turn into not great. Well,
Yeah.
6 episodes ago? I don't know, 5 episodes? Whenever we started
three,
flashing back a whole hell of a lot. Like,
Yeah.
literally, the episode where the beach happened was probably the last good episode. And then every episode after that has just been more beach episode, ironically. Well, I would say that you could put into full number percentages how much of an episode is of that beach episode. All right, well, you have any final thoughts?
I'm just confused. I have to watch the episode again and see what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Like,
It'll be note heavy.
Hmm.
All right. Well, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?